Hello and welcome to Coach One Sports. Yours truly, Coach Kevin Bull Jones. Guess what? We got the big game coming up. All of them big when you talk about Alabama, but this is one that's going to be a special kind of big because it's against. Once again, we're going to start this season off with the first Coach Saban protege that's going to be facing him on the sidelines in Austin, Texas. And guess what? I brought a special friend with me to the show, you all. I'm going to introduce him in a few seconds because I just want everybody to know this is my brother, another brother from another mother. I got a lot of brothers in this coaching field. He's a high school coach and a very successful coach everywhere he's been. Brantley Williams here, Coach Brantley B. Williams, my brother from another mother, coaching he's in Texas, y'all, and I'm glad to have him here with us today. So, folks, if you enjoy the show, please make sure you like, you subscribe, comment. All right. I answer all the comments. So, hey, welcome to Coach One Sports. My brother, Coach Williams. B, what it do, man?
Man, I appreciate you, man. We've been doing this summer thing for how many years now, Coach?
Man, we're going to tell our age in a minute, man.
I know, man. We've been working the camp, doing the clinics for at least 10 years.
Yes, sir.
Coaching clinics. A little background on me. I've been out here in Houston since Hurricane Katrina. But prior to Hurricane Katrina, I coached several spots. I was the head football coach at Redeemer Seton High School for about 3 years. I was there for 6. I was offensive coordinator there from like 99 to 02, and then from 02 to 05, right. 04, 05, I was the head coach there. Then I was over at St. Augustine High School with Coach Burns, who was the running backs coach at Alabama, who coached me when I was in high school. That was our high school. I was offensive coordinator 1 year prior to Hurricane Katrina. Gotcha. And then when Hurricane Katrina hit, came out here to Texas, been in Houston ever since. And I was coaching at Waltrip High School, coached my son a couple of years, and he went on to play football over at Langston University.
Okay.
And then I eventually started coaching in school Legacy, and we won a state championship in 2018. And then I took off about 2 to 3 years after, because I wanted to watch my son play. Absolutely. So currently right now, I'm just I'm taking this year off, but I'll probably get back into it in the spring because he just finished college. He's in graduate schools. He's a graduate assistant over at Langston right now.
Okay, good.
So he's doing some good things, and I'm just taking a year off, and probably by the spring I'll make some decisions on getting back into it. But I appreciate you having me, Coach. I really do. We talked about it. I appreciate it.
Hey, well, listen, man. I brought you on because we want, both of us are familiar with University of Alabama Roll Tide and how they do what they do to be as special as they are and top of the food chain. Nothing against the other schools, but I wanted to bring it to the fans tonight from a coach's perspective on how we both see this preview about Alabama against Texas, because the one common denominator in this game is going to be all those coaches that left Alabama and now on that University of Texas staff. Man, listen, it's going to be a great game, I think, but I want to get your side of it. I want to break down. Let's go offense and defense and just talk about, Coach Sarkisian, all right, the mastermind of that offense with Alabama in those national championship. Now he's on the other side. And guess what? He brought some coaches from Alabama with him. All right, Coach Flood is there. All right, special teams, Jeff Banks is there. There's some. Wait a minute. I got one I can't let go of because he's my guy and Coach Tashard Choice from Clayton County, Lovejoy High School. I love you. I love you, Choice. I love you. And it is what it is on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, what time they play. But hey, you tell me, B, what you think is going to happen in this game, because we really got a staff that knows the staff. More importantly than it's just, former protege of Coach Saban who's under him now being a head coach, because Coach Sarkisian been a head coach before. You tell me what you think is going to happen.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think it's the number one thing for this game on Saturday is going to be the quarterback play.
Okay.
I think that Alabama has an edge in the quarterback play. The guy that's quarterback, I think his name is Ewers.
Yeah,
for Texas. This is his second start. He's going to have to play like a veteran for them to win. He's going to have to, I think for Texas to even have a chance, they're going to have to win them 50-50 balls, them one-on-one receiver against defensive backs. They're going to have to win some of those. And they're going to have to win on both sides of the ball. And that's going to be very difficult, I give the edge to Alabama because they have the experience in big games.
That's right.
They've played in a lot of big games, even though they know each other well on both sides. I mean, coaching, as far as coaches is concerned, they know each other well. I just feel like the edge is going to go to Alabama. Pass rush is going to be big. Ooh. Alabama can get to Ewers, and I think they will. They're going to make things a little hectic for them. This is second career start, and I think offensive line-wise, I give that edge to Alabama. I think they can control the line of scrimmage and win. And they're going to have to try to put some pressure on Bryce. When he's had trouble, it's when people put pressure on him.
Right.
And the number one thing is coaching. I give that edge to Alabama. They've been in big games. Saban know how to win those close big games. That's going to be big. They're going to have to put pressure on Bryce Young. And he's had trouble on the road. He's had trouble on the road, winning on the road. He struggled a little bit. In the national championship game last year, he struggled a little bit in that game. But I think that I just think that Alabama has too much. I think it's they have a little too much experience. They have the experience in big games. And Nick's gonna be ready. He's gonna.
But you got to admit,
a year or two away from being pretty good. You got to get a couple more recruiting classes in there.
Yeah, but B, come on, man. I get where you're going, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want the coach speak talk. If you telling me that Alabama is going to destroy Texas, then you need to make it do what it do and say what it say. Now, if you feel like Texas gonna make it close, I don't want no coach speak. Sports fans, this is my boy, Coach Brantley, but he need to understand when you come on this show, you need to keep it real. He must not have heard my Georgia, Oregon show because I went ahead and said it. Somebody got beat so bad, Oregon got beat so bad, the Nike was taken off their emblem.
I'm trying to be nice in what I'm saying.
No, I don't want you to be nice. I want you to keep it real. We back in Tuscaloosa. I want you to keep it real because listen, I truly think, this is just my perspective, I truly believe that one point you made was really good. It was head on. It is coaching. Coach Sarkisian, listen, I feel like he knows how to attack the Bama defense. The question is, will his players execute what he wants to get done? You got the best pass rush in college football right now. I don't care what nobody say. I saw Clemson. I wasn't impressed. It was good for a half. But I'm just talking about dudes that are coming off the edge. You got the Terminator and you got the Cyclops. That's what I call Dallas Turner because it's all that. It's all that coming at you. And you got to figure out which one you're going to lose. But you made a great point. You said Quinn Ewers this is only his second start. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you what kind of hell he going to catch trying to deal with those two monsters coming off the edge. That is not, and I'm not saying that Sarkisian won't have a very good plan. Okay, they got a good running back, Bijan Robinson. Some people say he's the best running back in the nation. I've heard some other shows where people said that. But B, I don't know why people are not talking about Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know why, but guess what? I feel like there's nothing that Texas can do to get them this victory, but there's a way for them to stay in this game for a little while because they're going to have the added advantage. Like you said, Bryce Young has had some games we hadn't performed as well in the first half on the road. Second half, he came out like a monster with his S on his chest.
That's right.
But, how can, Sarkisian use the crowd to help him? Because defensively, I don't think Texas can stop Alabama. I just don't see, unless it's like you said, You know, Bryce Young doesn't have a good game, but come on.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to get to Bryce, and that's easier said than done. And the reason I said, you know, and you're absolutely right. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It shouldn't be close. But if I was Texas, offensively, I would have to try to do a lot of things quick game. Got to get the ball out of his hand. You know, I think Utah State did a lot of that, and it didn't work. But
come on, give it to him.
He can't be in the pocket a long period of time and expect he's gonna get a pass off because, you know, like you said, Will Anderson, what's the other guy name?
Dallas Turner.
So you're gonna have to do some quick stuff, screen game, quick games. Ball gotta be out of his hands. 1 or 2 reads. He's not gonna be able to go to 3rd and 4th read. He's not gonna have enough time.
Now, what do you think about Texas run game? Because once again, sports fans, I know some people I've heard on other shows say that John Robinson is the best running back in the nation. I don't know where the ham fat that came from. I'm talking from a coaching standpoint. I'm not taking anything away from his ability, but what the hell? I mean, there's another kid across from him on the other sideline that's pretty good. Matter of fact, Bama got a couple of them. So tell me what you think Texas is going to try to do with the run game, because it ain't like you're going to power. You're not going to power Alabama defensively.
Yeah. Well, that's why they got to have some screens in there. It's kind of similar to a run game when you can throw screens.
Okay.
They're not going to be able to run the football straight at them. They're going to have to try to do a lot of, you know, we as an offense, we try to do a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of motions, a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of stuff to try to make the defense move a certain way and give them one thing and try to go another way. So they're going to have to do a lot of formations, a lot of shifting, a lot of things to try to keep them off balance. May have to go some no huddle. You know, that's another thing that's given Alabama defense some problems in the past. You remember Ole Miss? I thought Ole Miss did a great job of that. I think was it last year before last? And
last year.
They almost won the game. He still didn't win, but that kept him on his toes. So I'm thinking that Sark's going to look at some film, you know, try to emulate the things that's given them trouble over the years. I'm watching film on how Georgia was successful. Like I said, I'm watching film on how Ole Miss was successful, and that can help with a running game too. And they're not going to be able to just line up and go straight at those guys. It's going to be impossible. The defense front, them guys it's going to be hard to run the football. You still have to run the football to keep them honest.
Gotcha.
But in the Ewers is a gunslinger. He tends to take a lot of chances. So I'm hoping, you know, that's the thing that he's going to have to do.
Right.
You know, that's their only chance.
And see, it's funny you mention that, because I think that's the strength of Bama, you know. So sports fans, I'm the defensive guy. Coach Williams is the offensive guy. If you can't already tell, if you haven't watched the show before, you know, we go at it when we at camp together. But now we're gonna be civilized while we on the air. You know, I usually win most of those battles. He got only one play, sports fans, they can run on me. And it works. I give him that. Only one though. But anyway, let's get back to this. I think that the strength of Alabama's team defense is their secondary. On the defense side of the ball is the secondary. All those guys are really in sync, led by the safeties, you know, and the star position guys. I think that they are. I watched this game against Utah State, and I'm gonna tell you something. There's a Kool-Aid, whoever, Terry and Arnold. I saw so much man coverage, and they didn't give a flip. Throw the ball. We dare you. There's Steven time Utah State had. I call it the Tennessee Vols formation, where you know they got double twins all the way past the numbers, and like almost everybody stand on the sidelines. Okay, so when you have that, you still have the 6. You still have 5. You still got 7 in the box. Excuse me, 6 in the box.
6 in the box.
You know, 6 in the box. You know, not counting the quarterback. You got 6 in the box. You know, and Bama still stopped them and dared them to pass, and then stopped them on the run and stuffed them. And heaven forbid the quarterback never kept and pulled the ball on the zone read, but it looked like hell. It was more fear than anything else. So at that point, to your point, you're talking about you as being a gunslinger. I think that's going to be his Achilles heel when he tries to. Those guys battles and those guys, you know, all of them, Branch, Moore, all of them, all of the rotation that Coach Saban had. I think those guys are so there's some you could tell they locked in a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
There was a couple of deep balls that got a chance to be thrown later on in the game, and they had no fear. You know, I mean, Malachi Moore didn't have any fear.
Yeah,
and it's almost like they dared him, like, throw it. This is how much we believe in what you can do. Throw the ball. I dare you. So and I know how you like to spin that ball, B. I know how you like to spin it. I know how you like to throw that thing around.
I love to throw it, but you gotta be smart and be able to run it some as well.
But how many screens can you run? Okay,
you can't run it up, but I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Good. So with that being said, you tell me what exactly Bama's going to do on their offense side of the ball, because I thought it was great to watch the leading receiver, pass receiver in the game last week was running. Was all those receivers. I'm sorry, all those receivers, even the backups, caught some passes. Tell me what your thought on that is, as far as what Bama trying to do.
I thought they did a great job. Just kind of getting in the flow of the game. I watched the game last week against Utah State, and I think that's a new. I think the pass concepts were good because of those guys hadn't really played in the game. I mean, they had a lot of guys that got drafted last year, I think that they did a good job of. I felt like Utah State should have put some more pressure for us, play a little more man against them to try to challenge them a little bit. Because that's a new group of guys that's out there. I'm not sure if they had any returning guys from last year, but the main guys got drafted.
Correct.
Or gone. So I feel like that's something that Texas needs to do. They need to get up in their face, kind of pressure them a little bit, take some chances. Because if they sit back in the zone, Bryce is going to pick that apart.
Absolutely.
He's going to pick it apart. So I also I checked out Jalen a little bit last week.
Jalen Milroe.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see when he get his chance. I think he ran over a defensive back one time on his own.
Did you see that? He ran through him.
He had one underthrown ball. I thought he underthrew. If he had thrown a little deeper, they'd scored. But I think that just comes with the rust and getting the opportunity to play more. Do you think they're going to have some packages in there for him sometime this year? I'm not,
Well, and that's funny you mentioned that, because as a coordinator, as on the defense side of the ball, if I'm facing Alabama and they turn around and bring him in, and I know that they have a different package for him, I'm not as afraid of that as I am him running their already the system that they have at Alabama with Bryce Young. If he's able to do that, that's a little more of a problem for me, because if I see on film that they have a different package for him, then I can coach to be prepared to defend that. But if they just say, you know what, Bull, come on, hey, we coming at you, and we're gonna do what we do because we Alabama. Now, see, that's a little different, and that would give me more fear if they came at me like that. So I enjoy watching Milroe playing the game. I thought he did a great job given the opportunity that he had. He ain't perfect, but God dog, man. I just love the way Coach Saban played so many kids. Jaheim Otis got in there, big boy. Used to weigh 418 pounds. Now he's down to 340.
Yeah.
Now he got his arms all cut up, swole diesel, looking like a monster. I mean, those are the things that, and you and I have been around, watched those kids. I think the most humbling part about all those kids is how humble they are. And how much they love what they do, and the unison, and how all of them think alike and speak alike. I think that's the biggest thing, that a lot of people don't get to see with those kids that play for Coach Saban. And I don't know. Tell me what you think, man. It seems like they're on a mission this year.
After what happened last year. Whenever Alabama loses a game, as well. I mean, they come back the next game or the next year, like they just zoned in. And Saban and Coach Saban does a great job with getting those guys focused,
right,
week in and week out, because they know everybody gonna give them their best.
Right.
So they got to come prepared and ready. And Sark gonna give them their best, but I don't think they have enough.
I don't think not this year. Not
4
this
quarters.
Year.
You gotta play 4 quarters against Alabama. You can't play 1, 2. Not this year. Like I said, give them a few years.
Yeah.
When that Manning guy come in there that they got, and then he recruit a couple of guys, because when you recruit a guy like that, other guys are going to come.
Correct.
So, Saban's going to have them ready. It's going to be a hostile environment.
Yes, it is.
I'm
gonna be there.
You going to the game, man? I'm jealous, man.
Yeah. Listen, myself, Coach I from Fan Addict, as well as Jonathan Lewis from college football. Listen, we're gonna be the 3-headed monster down there and down in Austin, Texas, man. Hey, listen, folks watching the show, make sure you throw some shots of some places that we need to eat while we're there. This ain't excess, it's success. That's what I say when people look at it. So please, those that are watching the show, make sure you're leaving the comments a place we need to eat. Texas fans, hey, listen, this is going to be Coach Sarkisian is going to give. It's going to be a great game. He's going to give Texas players a chance to see what the finished product going to look like when he finishes. I think the same thing with Coach Kirby Smart did at Georgia. When you go to watch their practice, the whole routine, the mindset, it's all the same. And listen, it's going to be a great game. I agree with you. Tell me real quick before we go. So tell me what your score. You predict your score. You think it's going to come out of this? Oh man, I put him on the spot, sports fans. Go ahead and say it.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Give me that coach speech.
I'm gonna keep it 100, my brother. Bull, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think the score is gonna be by like 35-10, something like that.
Oh, whew. Sports fans.
Alabama, 35-10.
Okay. See, sports fans, I love Coach Bradley Williams. I love this man. I'm gonna get him later because he's being all modest first time on the show. Next time I bring him back, watch how crazy he act. But right now, he acting all prop on me tonight. But that's all right. Okay, because if you get a chance to see him at camp during the summer, he's
man.
He's off the chain.
We have a great time.
So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Okay,
right.
I don't know why everybody's afraid. Now listen to some other shows. Everybody wants to say 30, 35, 38. Somebody even said that Texas was going to score 21 points. As a matter of fact, somebody said it might even be a special teams. I will agree that, Jeff Banks will have the special teams ready. Something might come up and they might be able to score. But here's the score I'm going to tell you. Okay. It's going to be a whole lot to a little bit in the end. It's going to be a good game for the first half. Maybe the start of the third quarter. It's going to be really good, but it's going to be Alabama's going to score over 44 points. Tell you that right now. Look, there it is, 44. Did y'all see it? There it is. Let me go ahead. 44. It's going to be over 44 points.
44 to what? 44 to 10?
Listen. I tell you what. I'm gonna give him 13.
13, all right.
I can't go over 20 points. I just not this year. Okay, but it's going to be a great game.
I agree with that.
And listen, sports fans, I know folks that watch from Texas, y'all gonna be mad at me. You'll be all right. Just enjoy the game. Know that we're going to get a chance to see what the finished product going to look like when Coach Sarkisian finishes. Y'all leave him alone and let him get his guys in there and let him do his thing. But for this game coming up, it's going to be roll tide. Telling you that right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, B, I'm glad you came on the show with me, man.
Absolutely. That's how we do it.
Hey, sports fans, thank you. Hey, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all watching this show. B, glad to have you on the show, my brother.
Appreciate you,
definitely, bro. I know that you're going to come sit with me again, and we're going to have some fun talking this season. We're going to talk some football. So, sports fans, if you enjoyed the show, make sure that you subscribe, click, or join. Once again, thank you for watching Coach One Sports with yours truly, Coach Kevin Bull Jones. And we'll see you later after the game. I'll be in Austin, Texas. I'm going to hit you a couple of live spots during the game, folks.
Yeah, call me, man. Call me. Tell me where y'all at.
Hey, I'm going to tell you where we at, and I'm also going to make sure my folks that give me a good place to eat, I'm going to shout you out on the show. All right. Thank you so much. We out of here. B, enjoyed you, my brother. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate you, my brother. God bless, man.